Several years ago, working in another district, I was meeting with a teacher in that district's version of our professional growth and evaluation, our PG&E system. Ours is vastly superior, by the way. Anyway, I asked her what her goals were for the year. And she said, well, I want to go to this conference and I want to go to that conference. I said, no, not your goals, not the goals for yourself, but the goals for your students. She says, what do you mean the goals for my students? So, all right, let's say a kid comes to you and says, I'm going to spend a year of my life with you and do everything you ask me to do to the best of my ability. How will I be a different person at the end of the year? Which I kind of think is a legitimate question. I mean, these kids really are going to spend a semester of their lives, a year of their lives with us, and we're going to ask them to do things. How are they going to be different? Well, so her response to that was, she thought about it for a minute and said, I don't know, I've never, really thought about that. I said, well, let's think about that. We brainstormed a little bit. She said, well, I'm an ESL teacher, and all of my kids are level 1. They're level 1 students. How about at the end of the year, they've all made it to level 2? And I said, I like that. It's time bound, it's measurable, it's specific. You can chart that, you can watch that progress. How does a kid move from level 1 to level 2? And she said, oh, it's about the score they get on a particular test. I said, okay, what kinds of things are assessed as they move from 1 to 2? She said, I don't know, I've actually never looked at it. I said, really, then how do you know that what you're doing every day is worth anything? Now that made her kind of angry, and I probably didn't ask that very well. She said, well, everything I do is worthwhile. I said, no, you're right. The things you do are undoubtedly valuable, but how do you know that they're fulfilling the promise that you made to this child, that you made to these kids about where they're going to be at the end of the year? How do you know that the activities of every day are taking them where you promised them you were going to go if you don't know what the road looks like? All of which is to say, we need to be able to articulate the pedagogical purposes, the pedagogical objectives of all of our activities, of the things that we do every day. I've jotted some notes down here. I mean, these kids, what are we giving them in exchange for the year of their lives that they're giving us?